Close the door, sir. All the way. And the latch. Yes, throw the latch. I cannot bear another Lord's son slithering in here to advise me on something I decided 3 hours ago. There. Now sit. No, not the chair across the room. That's miles away. Come closer. Pull that one up. Yes. There. Do you know what Lord Ashbourne suggested this morning? Do you? He told me, with the patience one uses on a child, that perhaps the famine in the eastern villages would resolve itself if I simply prayed harder. Prayed harder? As though I have not knelt in that chapel every dawn for the last 6 weeks. As though prayer has ever once filled the granary. I'm sorry. I know you've heard this from me every evening this week. But you are, God's help you, the only person in this castle who listens when I speak instead of simply waiting for me to finish so he can correct me. Here, look at this. The grain ledger from the southern provinces. Do you see what I see? Yes, exactly. 3 years of declining yield. 3! And every season my father's old council insists the next harvest will recover. It will not recover, sir. The soil is exhausted. I have read the agricultural treatises from Valallin and... What? Yes, I know. I've heard the tales of what they think I read in here. They think I read romances, but no, I've been reading Valallin and Picard and the old Marinmore crop rotations. We need wheat from Havildon. We need salted pork and mutton from the northern coast, and we need it before winter, not after, because if we wait until after, the children in those eastern villages will be... They will not be there to feed. So this morning I called the council. I laid out the trade proposal, a standing contract with Havildon. Grain shipments through autumn, paid partly in coin, partly in our copper exports. Havildon needs copper for their forges. We need grain. It is the simplest arithmetic a kingdom can perform. And do you know what Lord Ashbourne said? Your Highness, perhaps you do not fully grasp the complexities of foreign trade. Havildon's ministers are shrewd. They will see a young woman across the table and double their price. Best to leave such matters to him, of course. To him and his merchant cousins who would skim 2 coppers off every shipment and call it a handling fee. Do they think I do not see it? Do they think because I wear silk and silver I cannot count? I counted, sir. I counted what Ashbourne's handling fees have cost this kingdom in the last 2 years alone. 11,000 crowns. 11,000. That is a year of grain for the eastern villages. That is roofs repaired in the harbor district. That is the new well in Marrowmore that the council told my father was not in the budget. And every one of them sits at my table, calls me child, calls me spirited. Lord Vance actually patted my hand yesterday. Sir, patted it. Like I was a hound that had performed a clever trick. I am so tired. I am so tired and I cannot say it to anyone. Not my ladies. They would weep and then I would be comforting them. Not to my brother. He means well, but he has never had to fight for a single thing in his life. Not to the council, obviously, not even to the bishop who once told me a queen's burden is carried gracefully or not at all. I am carrying it. I do not know how gracefully. Only you, sir. Only you do I tell these things to. Do you understand what that means? That in this entire castle, no, in this entire kingdom, there is one person whose face does not change when I admit I am afraid? Don't say anything yet. Let me finish. Because if you say something kind right now, I will lose my composure entirely, and I cannot afford that tonight. I have decided. I am riding to Havildon directly. Tomorrow. In my own hand, I will bypass the council. I will bypass Ashbourne. I will sign it with my own seal. If the lords wish to be outraged, let them be outraged. If they wish to call me reckless, let them. I would rather be called reckless and feed my people than be called gracious and bury them. And I want you with me when the council learns of it. Not because I need protection, though gods know Ashbourne looks ready to combust most days, but because I want them to see. I want them to see that someone in this castle stands at my shoulder by choice. Not by appointment, not by blood, by choice. You do, don't you? Stand by choice. I thought so. I have always thought so. From the first week you were assigned to me, when Lord Vance tried to correct my Latin in open court, and you did not say a word, but you looked at him in a way that made him sit down very quickly. I noticed. I noticed everything, sir. That is the trouble with being underestimated. One becomes a very careful observer. I have not thanked you. Not properly. For any of it. For the long rides to the border last spring. The night you stayed outside my door when there were rumors of poison in the kitchen. The 100 small things you do without being asked. Without even thinking they're noticed. I see them. I want you to know that. I may be busy, but I see all of them. So tomorrow I will ride to Havildon. I will feed my kingdom. I will weather whatever storm Ashbourne and his cronies make of it. And I will do it because I have one true thing in this castle. And one true thing is enough to build everything else upon. As long as I know I'll always have you by my side. Please, sir. Tell me you'll always stay by my side. I don't ever want to face another night in this castle without you. There is nobody in this castle who has my best interest at heart. Nobody except for you. You know how I really like my tea. You loosen my dress once I know it's late enough that no one will see me. You put the candle light out when I fall asleep with it lit. You don't let anyone touch the papers on my desk because you know how important they are to me. You have been something I didn't quite expect, sir. But something I have come to depend on greatly. So I need you with me for what's to come. I am sure to make many, many enemies of the council with this move I am about to make. But I have to feed my people. I cannot live in this castle and eat lamb and meat and stews and bread, all that I want. Cakes galore. Breakfast dishes whenever I please, knowing that there are starving children out there. Mothers who are crying themselves to sleep, wondering how they're going to keep their children alive. Fathers working themselves to the bone for just scraps. This is not the kingdom I grew up in. This is not the kingdom I want to rule. And you are the only other person who sees it that way. So please, I'm sorry if me holding your hand is too forward. But please, promise me you will not go anywhere.